You know why?
Just the calories, please?
So this is actually a water tank. This water tank, the can is the same weight, the mass is the same weight. Everything's the same except one thing. Well, there's ingredients and stuff, but sugar. Sugar's more dense than artificial sweetener. See?
That's true, because my sponge just goes.
You're no longer going to eat Splenda after
I know,
today,
I
sweetheart.
I know, I need a little sugar I see sometimes.
I need a stick to smack people upside the head.
Yeah. But it's like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy. So
Sugar is
the big thing is what this does is it tricks your body. So when, I want to make sure I get this right. So when you eat sugar, it actually, the pancreas releases the insulin to take care of the sugar. That's the normal function of insulin. Well, when we put artificial sweetener, the body does the same thing, except there's no sugar. So now what it does, it actually goes into the stomach and turns everything in the stomach that's available to fat.
Ooh.
And I'll leave it at that. So,
Is that what the artificial sweetener is?
well, it's one of the things it does,
Yeah.
other than neurological stuff.
So, I was gonna say
Stevia, okay, so stevia is a sweetener that is an herb. It does not have anything to do with, it doesn't do anything to do with insulin. It's not sugar, it's an herb.
So that is a good alternative.
But you want to watch out, you want to watch out for the processing of stevia.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Because you've got
They can heat it. Yeah, you can, and let me tell you, if you buy organic stevia loose, you need that much in a tea or coffee because it is potent.
What about a liquid stevia?
I do use a little liquid stevia. I don't bake with stevia because it can break down too and it's just kind of funky. All right, so I could spend a whole hour on just this topic. On every slide I could almost spend a whole hour, so I'm kind of moving through things fast. But guys, check this out. So we have regular and we have fat-free. So let's first look at the ingredients in fat-free. Water, corn syrup, sugar, and then a whole bunch of garbage. Regular, you don't even have, I don't even think you have sugar. You don't have sugar. Oh, but it's gluten-free. We're going to talk about that too.
It's on the first line. Top line.
Oh, there it is. But it's way down. It's down here.
It's down.
Compared to here and here.
Yeah. Maltodextrin.
So let's look at the facts. Sodium, 260. On the regular, 310. So if you've had a sodium issue and you think eating fat-free is good for you, if you have hypertension,
Wow.
I mean, honestly, you shouldn't even be eating this dressing, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it, you know, sometimes you're going to be in a position, right? But when you go to the grocery store and you eat at home, because we prepare most of our meals at home. We should anyway. But we do eat out. I eat out more than I'd like to. So we have sodium 260 versus 310. We have 14 grams of fat versus 0 grams of fat. Well, okay, so do we need fat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need fat. But sugar 1 gram versus sugar 3 grams. Carbs 2 grams versus 6 grams. What do they fill in this stuff with to make it taste good? Sugar and salt. Sugar and salt. Sugar and salt. All right, so just to kind of awaken your knowledge here. All right, so, you know, what is the big thing with gluten?
I don't know. That's driving me nuts.
So here's one of my things. I don't believe it's truly gluten. I think it's processing. Because it's the processing of the wheat that causes the problem with people. So processed foods, guys, stay out of the aisles unless you need to. You need some beans or something. We all are going to eat processed foods. It's not like you can't ever, you know, unless you develop celiac or something where you can't have them because you're crapping your pants all day. But we have to be aware that processed foods is really, we don't know the damage of what it's going to bring to our bodies. All right, so genetically modified foods. I'm going to try to not get on my soapbox here, but do you remember when trans fats came in? For 12 years, they were all so good to eat. No problem. 12 years. We have no idea what genetically modified foods are going to do to us. I'm 50. My kids are in their 20s. When they have kids, it's going to be their kids that are going to tell us what genetically modified. We have 3 generations, even our parents actually. 4 to 5 generations. How old are you guys?
44.
Okay, so, good. Think back. What year did you graduate? Think back. How many people did you know with allergies?
Right.
Yes.
How many people? How many people did you know under age 50 with cancer? Did you know any kids? Do you remember a children's hospital that cancer was a big thing? Stomach issues? IBS? What? 1994 actually. 1994, they hit the grocery stores. I graduated in 1988. I don't have any health problems. I've always kind of been aware of this. But I got friends with kids that are 8, 9 years old with IBS, with cancer. I've had friends lose their children that are under 12 years old. 3 friends.
How can you identify what's GM?
When you go to the grocery store, if it doesn't say organic or grass-fed. So the industry wants us to believe that genetically modified foods are necessary and they're safe. If that's the case, why do they fight so hard to keep it off the label? Put genetically modified. Do you know we're the only industrial country in the world that does not tell our consumers, when 85% of our consumers want to know if it's genetically modified? They don't. They fight and fight. They lobby to not put it on the label. Oh, and by the way, speaking of labels, if you didn't know this, the front of a package is made by marketers. The science is on the back. So don't believe what you read on the front because it's not regulated. They can almost put anything they want on it. So this is scary, guys. And it is really, to me, with my training and when I listen to people speak and I go to places, I'm telling you, this is a big deal. Genetically modified foods are destroying us.
So Angie, whether you stay out of the aisles or not, so you're basically saying walking through this produce section, we're still doing GMO.
You're still doing GMO. There'll be a 9 in front of organic vegetables and fruit.
Oh, the code.
The code. But here's the other thing. Organic orange or not, an orange rolls across the floor and hits the wall, 5 feet. It's lost its nutritional value of vitamin C. Where's our oranges coming from? Do you think they're patting them? Are they patting them and taking them with care? No.
Why is it losing its nutrition?
Yeah.
Just from the impact. Nutrients are very sensitive. So we're going to talk a little bit about what you can do about that. All right. I have to mention diabetes. If it's not in your family, it will be. 1 out of 11. And that's I think, a very fair, probably not very accurate, but very fair. And
Can you speak this way? Yeah, out of the line of the projector.
okay, sorry. So 1 out of 4 don't even know they have diabetes. 50% higher risk of death because of diabetes. So it's a big thing, and one of the biggest reasons is our obesity rate. But why are we obese? We're eating everything we just talked about, right? It's not a test.
If you go back that slide again, they sort of see the states.
So 1985, 1995, when did GMOs hit? We just start creeping up fast. That's in 2010. From the CDC.
That is.
You know, and you gotta believe everything they say. All right, so symptoms for diabetes. Like you're thirsty all the time. They're rocking over there. You gotta go to the bathroom a lot. We have I see one of the top things I see people for is incontinence and bladder issues that people come in to see me. And we can help them. But they gotta do what we tell them. Blurred vision. My whole dad's side of the family, diabetes. And my eyes started to go at 40. That's when I really started to change things. They're still not perfect, but they're better, actually. They're getting better. Are you tired and fatigued all the time? There's a lot of reasons for fatigue, but this would be a sign. Do you overeat? Do you never feel like you can get full? Like you're constantly wanting to feed the fire? Do you bruise easy? Do you have a hard time healing from a wound? If you cut yourself, just take like it just never heals. Belly fat.
Oh.
That's the biggest sign. I mean, this is like the number one. I see a lot of this. We do laser fat loss, like laser lipo. So we see a lot of that.
You're kidding.
And of course, the tingling of the extremities. So what can you
Are
do?
you saying like that stomach, you could do something to get rid of that?
Yeah, but there's never a magic pill. But yes, that's what we work on. Yeah, you can go on our website and check it out, some pictures and videos. Okay, so what can we do about being pre-diabetic, or even if you are diabetic? What are some things you can do? Well, we just talked about it. Avoid the refined foods. Start changing to a whole food diet. Avoid artificial sweeteners. Spikes everything. It spikes your insulin for nothing, and that's going to turn everything to fat. And where's fat going to go? And we store cortisol levels near our stomach because it's by our liver. Because our liver, when it needs it, it's a stress hormone. The liver can easily gravitate it. Yeah, our body's an amazing thing. Get adequate hydration and exercise. You gotta move. I don't care if you're walking up and down stairs or you're holding planks at your house or going to a club. Just move. And you gotta correct the nutritional imbalances. There's nobody in this room. There's nobody in this facility. There's nobody in our Midwest region. There's nobody in our country that has a perfect diet. It would be like a 0.001% of the people who would not need to supplement their diet somehow.
By supplement, you mean just taking different vitamins?
Yeah, but you got to know when. I could do a whole hour on that too. All right, so can you all relate? So I'm going to talk about digestive health right now. Oh, we're getting close on time, aren't we? So, oh, I got time. I got time. So digestion, you guys. So as a digestive health specialist, I'm at the highest level trained in we're one of the only, it's one of the only supplemental enzyme companies that actually teach a system to teach practitioners how to actually determine what somebody needs. So I can't always worry about nutritional deficiencies. I have to worry about what's going on in the body. So when I get people on a good nutritional supplemental plan, it takes away a lot of the stuff that I would have to try to figure out for you, but it also saves you a lot of money. And you have a card for that free health assessment. But diet, digestion, elimination, if those three things aren't in check, I can't help you with anything else. So diet, I can't really help you with that. I can just kind of guide you, right? Digestion, well, you got to digest your food. There are certain points when I do a physical exam, I can tell if you can digest your protein or not. I can tell if you can digest your carbs. I can tell if you have essential fatty acid deficiencies. I can tell you if you have acid reflux. I can tell you if you're in sympathetic dominance. It's a whole exam. You got a coupon to come see me.
I need to go back and watch my carbs again.
Maybe.
When I go back, well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably.
Sure. I know.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for years too, so I know.
Yeah, if you know your body.
So I've worked.
It's a kind of a check-in point. But we do a full exam where we can tell.
I get constipated when I do the carbs.
Most people do because they're not digesting them. So there's actually enzymes that you can do.
Oh.
So we can't work on auto-intoxication is now the new legal term for inflammation. They are making inflammation a medical term. We can't help the immune issues. We can't help the it's like a dog chasing its tail. If we don't get diet, digestion, elimination in check, which we can together, or you can do your own research and figure out how to do it. But if you don't get those three things in check, good luck with the other four. It's not going to happen. You're going to go in and out of it. You're not going to stabilize yourself. Okay, so what are some things that you can do? No chewing gum or sucking on mints. What happens is it tells the brain there's incoming food. Where's the food? Then you go to eat lunch or dinner. Your body's going, what? What are you trying to do to me? All right? No drinking alcohol. Alcohol, granted, I had my 2.5 glasses of wine.
You got with meals there.
Mints, yeah, with alcohol with meals, because alcohol is poison to the body. Now, I like my red wine, had 2.5 glasses last night, but I didn't drink during my meal. If you were sitting at my table, you notice I didn't drink my wine during my meal.
So is it better to drink before or after your meal?
You want to drink, like if you're going to a restaurant, drink before. then go to your table without any alcohol, drink water, and wait about 15 to 20 minutes at least before